Thanks for listening to English Go Podcast. If you'd like to listen without adverts, read episode transcripts, or listen to extra bonus episodes, please check the description for more details. Wow, we are finally here. It is episode 300. Amazing. Although it might not be episode 300 for you, like your podcast player might not say episode 300 because I have actually deleted some. Yeah, I've been a bit naughty. I think maybe 2 or 3 episodes, like after I'd released them. I don't know, I thought about them like maybe like a week later or 2 weeks later, and I thought, maybe I don't like what I said, so I deleted them. Or maybe I thought the episode wasn't good enough, so I deleted it. So yeah, that's happened maybe 2 or 3 times, I think. But I can tell that this is, I label all of the recordings I make, and this is recording number 300. So I have recorded 300, and perhaps if you've been listening for a long time, maybe from the beginning, then you've heard all 300 episodes. Wow. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much. I've enjoyed it, and I'm still enjoying it, and I don't plan to stop anytime soon. Going to keep going. Right, that aside, that's what I wanted to talk about. The other evening, I went and visited my wife's parents, and we were talking about a few things, and they were asking about insects in England, bugs, like spiders and ants and flies and all things like that, bugs. They were asking about them in England, and they were saying, oh, you don't have this in England, and you don't have this in England, and you don't have this, like asking what do we have, what don't we have. So there's these big flying noisy things over here called cicadas, which we don't have in England. So it's nice and peaceful in the summertime. In the summertime in England, all you can hear is like birds singing, usually. Well, early in the mornings. And yeah, if you're in the countryside, probably in the daytime too. We don't have mosquitoes, which is great. Or like maybe we do, but I've never seen one, and I've never been bitten by one. So, we don't really have mosquitoes. We have ants, like little tiny, things on the black things usually on the ground that, I don't know, loads of them. How do you describe an ant? It's small. It's got 6 legs. It likes leaves. Sometimes you see them carrying leaves. So we've got those, but they're about 2 or 3 times smaller than Japanese ants. They're tiny things. We have spiders, and usually they're not too big. What else? Anyway, basically, we don't really have much. We don't really have much in the way of either annoying because they're loud, or annoying because they bite you, like mosquitoes. We don't have many of those kinds of insects, which is really good. I'm just trying to think, what's the worst insect we have? We have moths, which are sort of like, I don't know, what are they? They're like ugly butterflies, aren't they? What do we have that's annoying? Probably ants is maybe the most annoying one. Sometimes they can get inside your house, although it's rare. It's rare to have ants inside your house, but it's not impossible. No, we don't. I can't think of anything that's annoying. I know in Australia they have termites, like little things, little bugs, little insects that eat wood, and that's a problem for your houses because they have houses and some of the parts are made of wood. As far as I know, we don't have termites, but I don't know. Our houses are made from brick, and good luck eating that. Ooh, actually, I've just remembered. We have bees, and we have wasps, which are like bees, but wasps are more evil. Why are they evil? They're evil because if a bee tries to sting you, then apparently the bee dies after stinging you. So if a bee stings you, he really has to be very angry, or like he's trying to defend his life or something. But wasps are they're like very thin. So bees are usually fatter, but wasps are these very thin things that look like bees, and they sting you, and they can sting you and then sting someone else and then sting, or maybe sting you twice, I don't know. But they don't die. So they can just sting you if they feel like it, They don't have to be serious about it. It's not life or death, the situation. They can just sting you. Having said that, I've never been stung by a bee or a wasp, but I know some people who have. I think, my sister, maybe both sisters, have been stung by a wasp or a bee. I'm not sure. But either way, we do have bees and wasps, and they do like to eat into your house. Not actually eating the brick, but in the middle. So of the brick, we have something called mortar. At least I think it's called mortar. Brick and mortar. It sounds convincing. I think it's true. Which is like, it's like a cement. It's wet, like a wet sort of sand. And when it dries, it hardens. And that's how you build a brick wall. You put down a layer of bricks and then a layer of the mortar. Is it mortar? The cement stuff, and then more bricks on top. And the bees and the wasps, they don't like to eat it. They don't think, this is tasty. But they like to make a hole through it, and then inside, once they've got through, inside like English houses, there's like just a big space called a cavity inside the wall. Like really, really big empty space, which is probably cooler than outside, I think. Anyway, it makes a great home for bees and wasps. Is it bees or just wasps? It might be just wasps that get inside your house. Anyway, so if you look at English houses and you look a bit higher up, sometimes you can see all of these holes in the mortar. And it's a bit of a nuisance. Maybe it can become a really serious problem. I don't know. We've had some in my parents' house. I remember seeing some holes, but I think people just sort of leave them there unless it becomes a big issue. So maybe it's not too. I don't think it's like a big problem like termites. Like if termites start eating your house, I think, that's your house could fall down. I don't think the wasps will do that to your house. They're just more of a bit annoying because maybe you're going out your front door and it's like there's more wasps and you don't want them to sting you. But yeah, I think that's it really. And anyway, my wife was saying that we don't have earthquakes in England, and we don't have like typhoons, like very strong winds or very strong rain. And her parents were asking like, what are the bad points about England then? It sounds great. You don't have any of these nasty insects or like serious like natural disasters or anything like that. So what are the bad points? And I thought for a while, and I said, English people. That would probably be my number one complaint about England, which is weird, isn't it? And it's certainly not all English people, but there are enough English people who have bad enough manners to make it sort of a negative, to have a sort of negative impact, a negative effect on other people. And it's just simple things. It's not, it's not sometimes it's not simple things. Sometimes it's things like people trying to steal your wallet. There's a bad things, or I don't know, what other bad things that happen. But anyway, sometimes it's just simple things like you're on a bus and someone's playing music on their phone as loud as it can go. It's like they've never heard of headphones or earbuds. They play it from the speaker. And I think that's very rude, to be perfectly honest. Or you sit on a bus and you see like someone has scratched their name into the glass on the bus window, or they've scratched it into the back, in the plastic at the back of the seat. Or often, I don't know why, you see like a burn mark at the back of a seat, like someone's got a lighter, like a cigarette lighter, portable lighter, and they've held the flame against the back of the seat until it makes a burning mark. I don't know why. It must be fun. I've never tried it myself, so I don't know. But yeah, just stuff like that, minor things like that, that just, or, graffiti or broken bus shelters, bus stops. Just things like that just get you down a bit. And it's a shame, because I do think England is an amazing country, and it's got lots of beautiful scenery. And the weather, I used to think the weather was really bad, but since living in Japan, I don't think it's as bad anymore. I mean, what is it now? It is 30 in this room, and I don't have air conditioning on. I'm trying to get used to it, and I think I am getting a bit used to it now. I just constantly look like I'm in a sauna. My face is just shiny all the time because it's so hot. But I think I'm getting a bit used to the heat a little. Anyway, separate topic. The point is, it's just, if everyone could be a bit more respectful about other people, a bit more kind, a bit more British. I think it's British, really. Having like good, it's old-fashioned British, like good morals, and like a gentleman. If people could be a bit more that way, a bit more old-fashioned perhaps, then it would be an even better country, and I'd like it even more. But the thing that I like about Japan so much, I've come to realize, I think the number one thing I like about living over here is probably how polite everyone is, and how respectful everyone is of each other. That's a big topic in itself. But I can walk around here at any time of the day, even in the middle of the night, and never seem to have any trouble, even as a foreigner, even as someone who stands out a lot, and don't seem to have any trouble. But I remember, like, if I'm in the middle of a town in England at night, I just want to get back home as soon as possible. Unfortunately, I'm just standing there looking around, and just trying to watch out for trouble, because there's so many crazy people in a town at night. I mean, it depends where you are. If you're a bit more in the sort of countryside, or maybe a town like Bath, I don't know, maybe Bristol, maybe, I don't know, a smaller town perhaps, York, maybe. But if you're in one of the bigger cities like Manchester, London, Birmingham, they're a bit crazy and a bit noisy and a bit dangerous, the types of people you see there. And it doesn't seem to be the case over here. Although I think there are parts of Tokyo where they're a bit a bit scary places. But probably not as bad as some places in England, to be honest. And that's one of the main things I appreciate about living over here. Anyway, that is all I wanted to talk to you about for this episode. I do hope you're having a lovely day, or will have a lovely day, and I hope that your English is getting better and better. I should do an episode about English studying and language studying soon. It's been a while. Anyway, until next time, bye-bye.